guys, today I'm going to take you through 5 tips on how to have better blocks. So here we go. My first tip is to make sure that your wrist is straight and your fist is really tight. So obviously you're supposed to be trying to block with this part of your arm, but say you go for a block and you miss and you accidentally hit with your hand. If your hand is all floppy and your wrist is not tight, that's going to potentially break your wrist or just really hurt it if you try to block with that. But if your wrist is straight, your fist is really tight, everything is going to be locked out here, everything is going to be a lot harder, so your block is going to be a lot stronger here. Tip number 2 is to make sure that you're passing the area that you're trying to block. Now, this seems super simple, super obvious, but I notice a lot of people say they're trying to do a high block and they stop it here. Well, you're trying to block something coming to your head, that's not stopping it. So make sure it goes above your head. Or say you're trying to do a low block, you're trying to block this area here and they stop their block down here. Like, that's not stopping anything, they're still going to hit you. So make sure it goes past the area that you're trying to block. If you're not sure whether you're blocking correctly, whether your hand is going past your target, try to do it in a mirror. If you don't have a mirror, record yourself so that you can see it. So do it in a mirror here, make sure your block is going above your head or going past your leg or inside, whichever block you're doing. Tip number 3 is to chamber for your block. Now, just like you have to chamber for your kicks, you have to chamber for your block as well. There are different chambers for every block, and different styles do all their chambers differently. So I'm not here to tell you what chamber is correct. That is up to your style, that's up to you. But I'm going to give you for instance, I chamber for my high block by putting my blocking hand below and then bring it up. I chamber for my inside block by putting my blocking hand out and coming in. Here for an outside block and here for a low block. Now those might not be your chambers, but that's okay. The point is that you need to chamber. The reason you need to chamber is it gives you your space to generate momentum and put power into your block. Tip number 4 is to twist while you're doing your block, so twist your arm. Now, it goes back to chambering. When you chamber, I'm going to give you a high block, for example. I'm going to chamber here so that my arm has to twist when it comes away. Now, if you chamber, say like this, I mean, this is how I said to chamber, but then your arm just comes up straight, you don't have a lot of power in that. Your twist is what generates a lot of power in your technique. My 5th and final tip is to create an opposite reaction with your other hand. Now this has something to do with physics, but I didn't do well in science, so I don't know exactly what it is, but you have to have an opposite reaction. So your hand's here, this hand can't just stay here while this one blocks, it has to come back to your hip like a chamber. When you come here to do a low block, this has to come back. If you fold here to do an inside block, that has to come back. That's going to create a lot more power because you've got that opposite reaction when you're blocking. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for new videos every week. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.